Hello, and welcome to another edition of Congregation Agudath Shalom's This Week in Jewish History. This week marks the anniversary, in the year 1483, of the first complete printing of the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, a copy of which you can see on your screens right now. The anniversary of this event gives us the opportunity to discuss the significance of this particular printing, as well as some of the history of early Hebrew printing in general. Who was responsible for the printing of this monumental volume? Abraham ben Chaim de Tintori, from the town of Pesaro in Italy, was in charge of this printing of the 5 books of Moses. It was completed in the northern Italian city of Bologna and was financed by another Italian Jew, Joseph ben Abraham Caravita. But in fact, people had been printing Hebrew books for a number of years before this particular printing took place in Bologna. For instance, the first printing of Rashi's commentary on the Torah, which you can see on your screens, took place in Italy as well in 1475. So what was so significant about the printing of this 5 books of Moses in 1483? What made this printing stand out was that it was the first printing of the Jewish Bible that included the cantillation marks above and below the text, which if you look closely you can see on this copy. It was also the first printing to have the Aramaic translation of Onkelos on the side, as well as Rashi's commentary on the Bible above and below. Just about this entire format has become standard in printings of the Torah to this day, and it can trace its origins back to this initial printing in 1483. One of the major challenges early Jewish printers had to contend with were the hands of the censors. These were generally church officials whose job it was to oversee Jewish printings and remove any statements they deemed offensive to Christianity, whether true or not. Here you see a copy of the commentary of Radak to the Bible, with lines and lines crossed out on top by Christian censors. One of the most prominent families involved in early Hebrew printing was the Soncino family, a Jewish family tracing its roots back to the Italian town of Soncino. Among the many printings the family can take credit for is the printing of Masechet Brachot, a tractate in the Talmud in the year 1484. Here you see a copy of that very same Masechet Brachot on your screens. And in fact, the Hebrew printing company Soncino traces its name back to this original family. Hebrew printing interestingly took a big jump in the hands of a Christian printer from Venice by the name of Daniel Bomberg in the early 1500s. He printed the first copy of Mikraot Gedolot, the Bible, together with the major medieval Jewish commentaries such as Rashi and Radak. His initial copy, however, was edited by a Jewish apostate and received the approbation of the then Pope. And as a result of this, many Jews were reluctant to buy it. And so, Bomberg reprinted the same exact text, this time, however, without attribution to the Jewish apostate and without the approbation of the Pope. And of course, this time the Jews were satisfied. And so, Jewish printing has, thank God, come a long way since those early days, but it is worth reflecting for a few moments on the challenges and accomplishments of those early printers who paved the way for where we are today. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.